everybody. It's good to see you. I've been thinking about our rainbow song, and I've been thinking about the fact that a rainbow is a symbol of our promise from God that He will never ever forsake us. That means He'll never ever leave us, and He'll always be with us to help us in everything that we need. I love that the rainbow is a symbol of that, and I just can't stop thinking about it. So I thought, you know what we better do? We better stand back and do some rainbow science. We started with rainbow science, so let's go ahead and do some more now. The two things that I'm going to do today, they're easy to find on the internet if you don't get everything that I'm telling you today, but they're just really so perfect because they don't take very many ingredients and they're a lot of fun. So the first thing we're going to do is a milk rainbow. Oh yeah, it's going to be fun. And don't worry, we won't use up too much of your milk. So for the milk rainbow experiment, we're going to need a pie plate like we had with the Skittles, either a white pie plate or a clear pie plate on a white surface. I have mine on a white platter because I'm going to use the platter later in the next experiment. So we'll need about 1/2 to 2/3 cup of milk. It really depends, of course, on the size of your dish. And it doesn't have to be a pie plate. It could be a smaller, shallow, white or clear dish too. Then we're also going to need a piece of paper towel. You don't need a whole paper towel. And a great fine motor skill, parents, we're going to want your little one to roll up the paper towel on a flat surface like this. It's really good practice for these writing fingers, isn't it? So we're going to roll it up as tightly as we can and hold on to that. Then we're going to need a little bit of dish soap, which I have in this container here. And we're going to need colors. Now, I'll bet you remember that I don't have liquid colors. We learned that in some of our other experiments, didn't we? But I made liquid colors from my paste colors. So I have red and orange, yellow and green, blue and purple too. We can not only sing a rainbow, we can also experiment with one. So let's get started. We put the milk in the dish. Very simple. Then we're going to need to put in your food coloring. If you have liquid food color, just squeeze some drops out. It depends on what shape and colors you want to make. I'm going to use a little bit of every color. And I have found that if you put the drops in kind of in a 3-part fan shape, I'll show you, then you're going to get a better result in the end. So I'm going to use one of our wonderful Parents Day Out droppers, and I'm going to go in rainbow color order. So that means starting with red, right friends? So I just put in a few drops of red, and over here I'll put a few drops of red, and over here I'll put a few drops of red. I'll put the rest back. Now, I've got red in here. So what am I going to have to do, friends? Yes, I have to rinse it in between. And I have a measuring cup with some water in it so I can rinse it out. So I just, remember, squeeze before you put it in, then draw up, let it go, and squeeze that out. And we do the same thing when we're getting color. So now we'll get just a little, I'm going to get less in my dropper this time. Remember, squeeze first, then let go. Some orange. Squeeze that out. Now I want to rinse it, so I squeeze first, put it in the water, let it go, and it draws the water up in, and then I can squeeze the water out. Really good practice for these fingers, isn't it? Now squeeze first. Get some yellow, then let it tiny drops of yellow out. Squeeze that out. Squeeze first, water, let go, rinse it. Okay, now squeeze first, a bit of green, let it go. Got green in there, and I can put my green drops in. since we're in dragon country, I'll probably use a little extra green. Then squeeze it. Let go to let the water fill in. Rinse it out. Now I'm going to get blue. Tell me what to do, friends, to get the blue up in my dropper. Squeeze it. Put it in the blue. Now what? Yes, let go. I've got some blue in there. Now I bring it over. Put some blue. I can't wait to show this to you. Okay, rinse it, squeeze in the water, let it go. Squeeze it out. And this last color for all my friends like Miss Olivia and Miss Becca and Miss Daisy and Miss Isabel and everybody else who likes purple. Mr. Jeff likes purple too. Squeeze it, let it go. I've got some purple in there, it's really dark. Put a little bit in. No, I'm not gonna put extra purple, don't be silly. Okay, maybe just a little extra purple. All right, squeeze it, let it let it go. There we go. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. I'll show you a photo first.
If you choose just to use red, yellow, and blue, you'll get a rainbow when the colors mix together. Try it.
You take your rolled up paper towel, dip it in the dish soap. Get it really down in there, squish it around. Then keep holding it straight up and down like this. It's called vertically, remember? Keep holding it vertically. Bring it over to the middle of your dish and plop it down in the middle of your dish. The soap spreads across the top of the milk and pushes the food coloring around. In fact, if you have liquid food coloring, yours is going to work even better than mine did with my homemade liquid coloring. I can't wait for you to try it. But now it's time to try our exploding rainbow volcano. Ah! Okay, for the exploding rainbow volcano, we're going to need a few ingredients. We're going to need a lemon and something like a chopstick or a popsicle stick, something like that. We're going to need some baking soda. Mine is in here. I keep my baking soda down in here. And some food coloring. You're going to need a grown-up to help you with this. Not just an older child in the house, like a brother or sister or a cousin, but a grown-up, because you're also going to need a knife. All right, so the reason you need the knife is because you cut the lemon just a little off the bottom so it will stand flat, okay? Then you cut open the top so you can get into all that lovely sour lemon part. I didn't really lick it, but I am going to lick it just a little. Woo! What do you think makes it do that to my face? Yes, it's really sour. That sour taste comes from something in the lemon called citric acid. Not acid that's going to burn you, don't worry about that, but just it's called citric acid. It's the thing that makes lemons and oranges and limes and clementines and grapefruits all have that really fresh summer smell. Citric acid. That's going to be important in a minute. All right, here's what we do. We take whatever kind of stick we have and we poke down in the lemon in between the sections, stirring up all the juice. So I'm poking down in each section. Every single one. I'm making, believe it or not, a V shape. If you look closely at the lemon, can you see those V shapes? That's what I'm doing. I'm running alongside those V shapes. It's gonna make it really juicy and stir up a lot of that citric acid. Now, I forgot to say we still need our dish soap for this experiment. Don't forget the dish soap. Now we use our dropper again to put some food coloring on.
Can you say the colors colors of the rainbow in order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. You did it. I hope you can remember our song too.
Remember, it's squeeze, dip, let go, and then add your color. And then to rinse, squeeze, let go. There we go. All right, I need to store my equipment properly. Now it's time for a little dish soap. And then the baking soda.
The baking soda is a base that will mix with the citric acid and cause bubbles in our dish soap.
Watch this, friends. You can stir it around a little to get some more foam going. Whoa! Well, be careful not to tip it over. My colors are starting to mix a lot. So what color is it turning into? Yes, it's turning pretty brown.
Using the dish soap makes it easier to see the bubbles.
I have a lot of juice down here at the bottom. I'm going to put some baking soda on that and see what happens. Cool, I can hear it sizzling. Again, friends, if you have regular liquid food coloring, that's going to make an even stronger reaction than I got here. And when you're watching it all erupt, see if you can see where the colors blend. Remember, we have red, blue, and yellow are our primary first colors. All the other colors come from those colors. So red and yellow make orange, yes. Yellow and blue give us green, and blue and red, that's right, purple. So many beautiful colors out there in God's world, and the rainbow to remind us of the promise that God is always with us. Even when things are different, even when things are hard, we can count on Him and His love. See you soon the next time we get ready to step back and do some science.